Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. And good morning, the whole world. This is the agenda, that program that sets the tone for the day. I am Chike Uwogu. 48 hours after thugs turned Wadata Plaza into a war zone, after police tear-gassed party officials, and after two factions nearly tore the People's Democratic Party's umbrella apart in broad daylight, the PDP is still bleeding. The National Secretariat is under police lock. One faction claims Damagun. One says, oh, Damagun, you were ratified in Ibadan. The other faction says the Ibadan Convention was illegal and a Christmas carol in November. And they also went ahead to expel Governor Makinde of Oyo State, Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, Governor Lawal of Zamfara State, and even the almighty party chieftain, Chief Bode George, expelled, among other people. So today, we go straight to the heart of the storm. And my guest is a stalwart in the PDP. His name is Adeniyi Rotimi Johnson. He's also popularly known as Oja Sokpe. Good morning, and it's good to have you on the agenda.
Yeah, good morning, Chike, and good morning, Nigerians. It's always a pleasure to be here.
It is Rofo, according to Fela's lyrical language. And then I saw an article you wrote. You said, Wahala in Wadata. Wahala in Wadata. How did the Wahala start? Let us not waste time. Tuesday at the Wadata Plaza, police fired the tear gas. Governor Makinde, Bala Mohammed were there. Governor Makinde was even looking strong enough to withstand the whole theatrics of the other faction, of the Wike faction. But we saw Ambassador Rakwaja trying to hide behind Governor Makinde, you know, like a puppet looking for a safe coven. Now, talks were everywhere. Wike was there. Nigerians watched in shame. How did this actually start and what really happened?
Well, to start with, let me just say that, let me correct that I'm not a stalwart of PDP. I left the party before the show of shame.
You joined the SDP before the show of shame.
No,
you left the PDP, joined the SDP, came back to the PDP, and now
left again.
And now you are naked.
No, I'm in ADC. I'm a stalwart.
You have confirmed it to us today.
Yes.
You are now in the ADC. That's what I wanted to confirm, and you did that yourself. Thank you for the confirmation.
Yes, I'm in the ADC.
Okay.
Well, it started in 2022 with the G5. And the G5, they had one aspiration then, and that was to stop the nomination of Atiku. And when Atiku emerged, they were going to stop his success at the poll without leaving the party.
Okay.
You know, that was when they threw discipline, party discipline, out through the wind. And since then, it has been one issue or the other. Of course, they had a temporary victory at the poll because they were able to achieve their goal, which was to stop Atiku and make sure Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu wins the election, and he won. And since he has won, what next? Preparation for 2027. Their interest prior to the 2023 election, you know, they were united in their interest.
Okay.
That was why they were G5. Now they are G1 or G2 or G3, whatever G that is remaining.
They might just be G3.
Okay, or G3. So, but it's because they have divergent interests now, and they can't manage that divergent interest, and it has degenerated to what we are witnessing, to the level of wahala, you know, at Wadata Plaza, because they have gone to the level of gangsterism, you know, when it's the most powerful that takes charge of the party secretariat.
The most powerful.
Yes, that's what happened. You know, when you know those days in Ibadan land when to take over the motor garage, you have to be the most violent and the most powerful. Those days when the auxiliaries, the Tokyo, the Elewe Omo, you know, those days that you be afraid to pass through Iwo Road, because at any time they can just start.
It could just happen. They unleash terror.
It's the most powerful that takes over the garage. That was what we witnessed at the National Secretariat.
So the Wadata House has suddenly become a garage.
Yes, because it was fight for all. You even see security agents fighting one another. You know, I've never seen it that bad. You know, and on national TV, you know, it was really bad. But the truth is, divergent interest, not really the interest of the people that was making them, you know, fight one another. They were fighting one another because of personal interest that are now going haywire.
And so when you say divergent interest, let's break it down. You talked about the G5. So would you say this popular Yoruba saying that says the horsewhip used in beating the white housewife is still waiting somewhere, you know, is somewhere waiting. Are you saying this is karma now for the G5?
Well, I believe so, because you know, there's another Yoruba adage that says that it is what brought them together that is scattering them. You know, because their unity was conditional. And now, because they have like minds and they know themselves, there is a trust deficit among them. So who takes over the party now when we have successfully driven away the leaders and the founding fathers of the party? So now Wike wants it because he wants to hold it in trust for Asiwaju, because he's already serving in his cabinet.
So you're confirming that Wike wants to turn the party to a puppet to the APC. Is that what you're saying?
He wants to make it an annex.
The annex of the APC.
Yes.
And so he's the liaison officer.
Yes. Look at what happened in Rivers local government election. Wike is the de facto leader of PDP, and a very boastful one for that matter. And PDP could only claim 2 local governments, while Rivers State, a local government, I think, how many?
23 local
23 local governments. You understand? So, tactically, he's serving 2 masters. But of course, he will be more faithful to one. Who is buttering his bread presently is the APC government. He's serving in the APC administration, and he's doing everything possible to make sure that PDP remains in a state of coma until after the 2027 election.
And that's if he to survive from the coma. Will he pass out from the coma?
Yeah, I later changed that. At the present moment, they are debating maybe they should just take it, voluntary. What do they call it? When you take it off the coma, the life support. When you take it off the life support, let's just let this person die in peace. You know, that's what. But the way it is now going, I think they are fighting over the carcass
of the party.
Because I think Wike has succeeded to a level of destroying the party. Because from about 2.5 decades in politics, I think if Wike is not supporting those leaving the party, I mean the defection, he has never made any utterance against those who defected into APC.
Maybe that's his plan, for them to leave.
So I suspect that he had a role to play in talking them to leave and go into APC. And those who now leave to go to ADC, they become his enemies. And those who remain in PDP and they want to reposition PDP as a good opposition party, they are his enemies. Because that's where Engineer Seyi Makinde belongs. They want to reposition the party to be a viable and viral opposition party, and is going all out to attack them and to destroy their plans. So definitely we know who he's working for. Yesterday now, they barricaded the whole Wadata Plaza with barbed wires so that nobody will have access to it. But the question I keep asking myself, on whose side is the law, the constitution of Nigeria, the constitution of the party?
Well, we will get there, but let's look at this.
Sorry,
issue.
I'm the one asking you a question.
No, we will get there. We will get there because at the end of the day, you will still answer that question yourself. We will get there. Now, Wike's faction says the Ibadan convention is an illegal one. It's a form of Christmas carol in November, and also called it Dirty December in November. However, they say that Damagum is still the acting national chairman of the party, and that Turaki has no locus to becoming the party national chairman. But some 2 days ago, we listened to Anyanwu, who is the national secretary of the party, saying that even Damagum has been suspended. So they seem to have discordant tunes. They seem to be a party that is injected with the vaccine of confusion, as it were, at the moment. So where does the party stand now with the leadership of the party? Do you agree that the Ibadan convention is illegal? Or do you say that because some people were expelled in Ibadan, and then the Wike faction went ahead to expel others in the party? So 2 factions have been expelled. So where is the party?
Well, you must you must first understand that it is always easier to destroy than to build. So those who are standing for the destruction of the party, they will find it easier to execute their plan than those who want to rebuild. So the Wike faction, before the convention, they had the constitution of the party in their favor because of litigations in favor of Anyanwu as the national secretary of the party. I did not expect the Ibadan convention to go ahead when there was a court order stopping it. But politicians, they got another judge from Ibadan to also allow for the convention.
Yeah, got an ex parte motion and even an extension.
So now that they have had the convention, I think it was an error. Error because I think that also compounded the problem. To now say you are expelling Wike and others. Wike and others supposed to have been expelled immediately after the national elections in 2023 for anti-party activities, including Engineer Seyi Makinde. Because what they did was amounted to gross misconduct and anti-party activities. But they were left because they were the sponsors of the party.
They were the ones funding the party.
They were the ones funding the parties, and they were the ones controlling the structures, particularly Wike. Wike was a big funder of the party. So because of that, nobody could move the motion or even mock the idea of expelling or even suspending it. They did not even discuss the issue at all. That was the beginning of the problem. So now knowing how the problem started, what moral standing would the Ibadan Convention have to now say you are now expelling your co-traveler in the same shenanigans? They have compounded it. They should have, because I read the press statement credited to Engineer Seyi Makinde a day before that on Friday.
Friday before the Saturday.
They should go for political solution. And I said, perfect. Doctrine of necessity in this kind of imbroglio. Let them go for political solution. Let there be compromise from both
ends, both factions.
Let there be harmonization. That's what we have always known since the days of Adedibu and Adeojo and Ladoja. Eventually, there will be harmonization. Then you go ahead. So no one person will control all the structure of the party. But to now say you have expelled, now they have also expelled this group. And remember, they control the party secretary. The party secretary is directly in charge of correspondence with INEC and other stakeholders. So Damagum still remain on INEC portal as at 8 p.m. yesterday. I have appointed myself as Ibadan liaison agent of INEC checking because I'm interested in how this will end. It's a lesson for every one of us in the political sphere of Nigeria.
But let's be blunt. Is Nyesom Wike still a member of the PDP?
He claims to be a member of PDP, but, you know, the hand is the hand of Esau, but the voice is the voice of Jacob. So he claims to be a member of PDP, but in actual fact, he is not, because all he is doing is to ensure that PDP is not relevant for the 2027 election.
Well, now, you see, Wike is now blaming the governors. Governors Bala, Fintiri, Makinde, Lawal, Otto, and the likes, saying that they want to pocket the party structure ahead of 2027. Is this a defense mechanism from the Wike faction?
Yes, he knows that they want to. There's nothing wrong in leaders pocketing the structure if it is for the interests of the party and the party members. But in a situation where the interest of the leader is questionable, that's when it becomes an issue. So there's nothing wrong if Makinde and others want to pocket the party structure. There's nothing wrong. But in whose interest is that agenda? That is where they are differing with Wike. Wike's interest is to pocket the party structure for APC and President Tinubu. And that means we will have PDP will not play any opposition role or be a threat to APC in any way for 2027 election. So I agree that with the Makinde scam, with the game they are playing, but I'm not agreeing with how they are playing it. Morally, they stand they are in good standing in defense of democracy, like they claim. But how they are going about it, and knowing that they have moral baggage from 2023 election, they were supposed to be more careful and be more open to negotiation.
Okay, so as it stands now, Jasokbe, can the PDP itself survive this war and still remain a credible opposition ahead of 2027?
My friend, forget that credible opposition. Are they credible again? They are no longer credible.
If they survive the war,
they can't survive it before 2027.
You think so?
They are fighting
24
with
hours
those
is too long in
they
politics.
are fighting with those who are ruthless, those who do not give any regard for the rule of law. And I'm not sorry to say it. Look at them very well. Look at what happened at the election in 2023 in Rivers State. After the election, the APC candidates and members, they could not even submit their petition to the election petition tribunal. They were waylaid and attacked until it lapsed.
You're talking about the candidate Tony Cole.
Yes. So these are the people you're talking about. You see, so what happened in Lagos State election for the governorship? Oro came out. Igunuko came out.
Masquerades in power.
To scare away from people from voting. These are the people you're dealing with.
So are you saying,
do you think
Makinde?
I said it.
And don't you think Governor Seyi Makinde could also be ruthless?
Hey, well, I said it that given the same circumstance and power, he has demonstrated at their Congress in Southwest Congress, I think it was in Oshogbo, where Auxiliary was saying that if Ayoshe shows up, you know. So, and he was not called to order, he was not arrested, he was not, reprimanded for such. So you know that under some circumstances, he too can be so ruthless against opposition. But I don't think he's as ruthless as these people he's facing. See the way they tear-gassed governors out of immunity. What is immunity before tear gas?
So if you follow that footage very well, we're not making fun of anyone here, but we saw the former governor of Benue State, Samuel Ortom, who got into the hall, and we saw Governor Seyi Makinde and Governor Bala Mohammed seated. And Ortom came in and he was only walking alone. There was no security paraphernalia around him. He was just bare. And then you saw somebody whisk him out like a chicken being removed from a cage.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lesson for people in power. That you're in power today doesn't mean you'll be in power forever. Ortom was molested there, was shown the exit door. But that's just by the way. Now, the police have sealed the Wadata Plaza, as it were, now. And nobody is in, nobody is out. Who controls the party right now?
Nobody controls the party.
So does it mean that this faction is expelled? This faction is expelled. Nobody is on ground for the PDP.
Nobody is on ground.
So whoever is a governor under the PDP now is not under any political party. Is that what you mean?
It's not only whoever is the governor. Anybody that has aspiration in PDP towards 2027 should be thinking of another party. Because as it stands now, the weakest faction, they have power because he's operating from presidency. They have power. They have influence. He's operating from presidency and is the minister of the FCT. So this influence and power he has was demonstrated in how they were able to chase out the Makindes from the Wadata Plaza with tear gas. And we also saw how they barricaded the whole place with barbed wire to prevent anybody from entering. They are not following any court order in doing that.
So apparently there is impunity in the PDP.
Yes, the same impunity they had from 2022-2023. It has now gotten to, should I call it an Armageddon or a monstrous level that, look, nobody can cage it again. That's what is happening. And when it gets to that kind of level, it becomes a kind of self-destructive. So PDP must die to resurrect. So what is happening now, I don't see any way out.
And you don't see anybody coming to salvage the party?
Not before, until after 2027 election.
I want to put you on the spot, Ujasokwe. Can you leave the ADC and go back to salvage the PDP? You have what it takes.
As what role?
You have what it takes.
What do I have?
You have supernatural power.
Yes, I have supernatural power.
So you can go and change the PDP.
No. You must be sent. That's when the supernatural power works.
Who will send you?
Then PDP answers to money.
PDP answers to money.
And that was what destroyed PDP. That's the truth.
So do you think that the ADC can align with the PDP to save its life?
Which faction of PDP?
The Seyi Makinde-led faction of the PDP.
It's not an impossible, because as it is, for Seyi Makinde to be able to lead his followers that have aspiration as a good leader to contest and win election, he must start negotiating and thinking of alternative platform for them. And ADC might be one of his options depending on his plan and the national leadership of ADC. But that he must think of an alternative, there's no gainsaying about that.
He should start doing that now.
If he has not started, because the little I know about him, I know he doesn't waste time with such.
So if you see a PDP aligned with the ADC, and that's the Seyi Makinde faction or the Turaki faction of the PDP aligning with the ADC, is there not going to be a ruffle where you have too many captains in that ADC ship?
I don't see it like that. This is politics. Like I said, when they can unite their interests, they are always a very strong force. Just G5, you know the kind of havoc they wreak in PDP. So if for that moment, if they can dot their I's and cross their T's, unite their interests, if they have mutual interest, it will be a very formidable force. Look at it. If, for instance, the 5 or 7 governors left in PDP decide to move together into ADC, they have more bargaining power to negotiate with ADC, and they will come in. You understand? So, and politics is a game of number. ADC will not turn them away. They will open the books, negotiate what part of the structures are we going to relinquish to you as you are coming, and that's it. So I keep joking with people that if Makinde comes into ADC now, he becomes our leader.
But that is what happens.
That's what happens. That's what the politics is. He becomes the leader. He might not be the alpha and omega controlling everything, but he will become the leader as a serving governor.
But you foresee that happening soon?
It's not an impossibility because of all the political parties left, apart from APC, it's only ADC that is the most viable, that is looking national presently.
So if Seyi Makinde leaves the PDP, for instance, and then joins any other party, not necessarily the ADC, but joins any other party, don't you think that's the death of the PDP?
No, PDP is dead.
It's still alive. They still have the Wadata Plaza.
They are just still fighting over the carcass.
They still have the building.
They still have the corpse, but it's dead. The soul is no longer there.
It's no longer there.
The soul of PDP is no longer there.
But there could be a revival.
Of course,
there could be a resurrection.
But that will be after 2027. If there were no crisis, before or after the convention last week, there was a little hope that they might be able to revive
the PDP.
But I said it on an interview about 2-3 months ago that Wike faction would provide basis for faction, to factionalize the party, which is what they are doing now. They had the basis when the court gave them a ruling in favor of Hanyaun. So I knew that was the only reasonable thing left to them, knowing that their plan was to destroy the PDP. But the Makinde camp should not have expelled Wike and Fayose and others.
They shouldn't have done that.
They shouldn't have done that.
Okay. Should Wike and his cohorts succeed in their plan to suppress the PDP and have them support or be an appendage of the APC, what will be the fate of the PDP? Let's project now, after 2027.
Wike still has presidential ambition, which I think is dead on arrival anyway, because of what he has been doing. But this is Nigeria. Nothing is totally impossible. So, but even if he's not running for presidency, he's in charge. He wants to be in charge of that party. He will be the leader of that party, and it will be his party. So, in one way or the other, he has inherited PDP. So that's why he's holding it so tight that nobody should be able to get this from him. So post 2027 is still a very long way to go, because the events ahead of us before 2027, I think it will be too early to be talking about post 2027.
To postulate.
You understand? So, but before 2027, forget it. PDP is in his pocket, and it is not going to be any threat to APC.
Well, the Ibadan Convention elected Kabiru Tanimu Turaki, senior advocate of Nigeria, as the national chairman of the PDP, him staying the ship of the PDP to a safe harbor.
The man that was calling for intervention of the U.S. in intra-party clashes.
Yeah. He was calling Donald Trump to come and save.
I don't see him.
You see him as a weak person?
I see him as a weak person, and in fact, in fairness to him, I've not even heard of his name before he emerged. I never heard of his name. And the first thing I heard about him was him vowing that even if they're going to die for democracy at the Wadata Plaza, that they will go to the Wadata Plaza the following day. I was like, we don't need anybody to die for our democracy. Too many people are dying in Nigeria already. Why are you telling us that you want to die for democracy? We need those who will live for democracy now.
He wants to be the martyr of the PDP.
And they will now name one street after him.
Or maybe the Wadata house will be changed.
We don't need any kind of violence. Nigeria, we have suffered enough violence, enough killings, that we need those who through their statesmanship, they will be able to maneuver crisis without violence, with little aggression. I expected them not to go to Wadata Plaza. They should just get somewhere else, hold their meeting, make their declarations. There is nothing in the constitution that says that any meeting all their meetings must hold in Wadata Plaza. Nothing. Nothing. There is nothing that tied the National Executive Committee's meeting to Wadata Plaza.
Well, they were scared that the Wike faction were going to have their own party.
They should have avoided that show of shame. That's my point. They are leaders, for God's sake. What are you trying to prove? That we are more violent, we are more forceful, we have immunity because the other governor, what's his name, from Bauchi, was
Bala
saying
Mohammed.
We have immunity. Immunity where people have thrown caution to the wind. It's same people that you tell what you have.
But the tear gas couldn't give them immunity.
That's what I said, that the immunity. These are crazy people, so I'm so sorry. The way they were displaying, policemen eating other security agents. You are my governor. I'm supporting that one. And you are working for the Nigerian police force. And you are fighting one another because of your leaders, your principals are having clashes. So you are now fighting. This is what Nigeria has become.
All right, let's go on this break. And when we come back, we'll still talk more on these issues. The PDP crisis and the Wadata power tussle is still the agenda. Stick around. Don't go away.
Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than a broadcast. This is the OB van difference. Live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live like never before? Book the OB van today and take your event to the world. One powerful broadcast at a time.
To book, call 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Email marketing@dominion.org.ng or visit our socials on Instagram @Dominion Broadcast.
Dominion Broadcast, your channel of choice.
Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event. With flexible rental options, cutting-edge equipment, and a supportive team, we provide the perfect environment for high-quality productions. Unleash your creativity. For bookings, email us at marketing@dominion.org.ng Call us on 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok at Dominion Broadcast and on X at Dominion Cast. Book your space today. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
Canteen no good now. Aye. People they elect, and some people, those few people, they control people.
It's a mess. Well, first and foremost, it's a message of hope, real hope, that I want to give to our members all across the nation and Nigerians. This fight is not about PDP. It is about the future of democracy in Nigeria. So, for us, our people should know that this is a case of it may get worse before it will get better, because we are on a solid ground. And if we have to stay here for the next 2 weeks so that democracy will survive in Nigeria.
All right, welcome back from that break. You just watched the governor of Oyo State there, Engineer Seyi Makinde there, saying it's a fight for democracy, as it were. Ojaku Sokpa is still here in the studio. Seyi Makinde speaking and telling Nigerians to have hope, and that it's not a fight of the PDP, but a fight for democracy. He seemed to be a very good orator. He's giving Nigerians hope, right?
Well, that's what is expected to say. You know, in Yoruba land, they say that that the priest, the Ifa priest, will not say negative thing. You know, as a leader, that's what he was expected to say. But the truth and the reality on ground is contrary to what he's, saying. You know, you don't talk about hope when there is no despair. You know, so he's talking about hope because truly people are despair. Yes. So that's just it. That's what he's supposed to say. But the reality on ground is contrary to what he's saying.
All right. The Independent National Electoral Commission has rejected a correspondence signed by the acting chairman of the Samuel Anyanwu faction of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, that's Abdurrahman Mohammed, saying it failed to meet the requirements of the law. Abdurrahman Mohammed and Senator Samuel Anyanwu had written to the commission seeking to postpone the Ekiti governorship primaries due to what they called logistical reasons. Is it actually logistical reasons? Well, the letter dated November 6, 2025, titled Postponement of the PDP Ekiti State Congress and Governorship Primary, said a new date will be communicated to the commission. Well, what's the implication of this rejection? Is it coming as a result of the dissolution of the Ekiti State Working Committee by the Wike-led faction just some 48 hours ago?
You must also understand one thing, that Fayose and Wike are working together. Fayose has already endorsed the incumbent for second term. And it is part of the bigger agenda to frustrate opposition, which is the PDP, which he claims to belong to, from being a threat to the incumbent in Ekiti State. So postponing the Congress or doing anything that will hinder smooth emergence of a viable candidate in Ekiti is also part of their bigger plan. So that's why that letter. But because that letter came not signed by Damagum and Anyanwu, INEC would not recognize it. INEC would not recognize.
INEC would not recognize.
So any correspondence for now, not signed by Damagum and Anyanwu, will not be recognized by INEC. So who is going to sign the forms for the candidates that will now go to INEC for election?
Let's talk 2027 now, because we're rounding up. Many Nigerians are saying PDP is finished. You have also said here that PDP is dead. That is the corpse of the PDP that we're seeing now. That and many have also said that the APC will rule forever because the main opposition, which is the PDP, has committed suicide. Do you see APC post 2027 having a field day and turning it to a one-party thing beyond 2027?
I don't see APC beyond 2027.
I know your party is there, the ADC is there, but let's look at the APC, because the ADC happened to be an offshoot of the PDP.
Well, not
now.
An offshoot of PDP.
Right now.
APC and Labour Party.
Okay.
Because it's a coalition.
It's a coalition.
It's a coalition.
Okay.
You understand? But because the candidate of the PDP in the last election is now in ADC. So that's why...
And the one bankrolling the ADC?
Not necessarily, but he's the most prominent figure in ADC at the moment. So that's just it. But for 2027, post-2027, I don't see ADC. Because you have a lot of...
You don't see APC?
APC, rather.
Okay.
You have a lot of players, professional players, star players, with one coordinator. And they want to play in different places, different locations at the same time. There will be implosion in APC. Because the interest of the leader of APC, who happens to be the president and commander-in-chief, is paramount in everything. So there will be a lot of divergent interests, and there will be a lot of impatience from aspirants and candidates. So that implosion, and there are not enough offices to satisfy their needs. So the implosion is inevitable. But one thing is, what will happen to our democracy when this crisis in APC starts?
Okay, it's time for your tweets on the app X at DominionCast. On the app X at DominionCast. Yes, it's time for your tweets. And at Ematex_7682 is saying, good morning, Ojasokwe. Why are PDP elders allowing Wike destroy the party? The elders are too gentle. That's coming from Ematex. He's asking why the PDP elders. Are there any more elders in the PDP?
Yes, there are elders, but the elders were sleeping, or they were quiet where they should have taken action against erring members in 2023. So they have allowed it for too long, and now it is too late to wage the stitch.
So, another tweet here from at Lima3376. At Lima3376 is saying, is Atiku Abubakar part of the problem? He left the PDP and they are still having issues deeper than when he was on board. Who then is the problem?
The problems are still in the PDP. That's why there are problems there.
So apparently Atiku Abubakar was not the problem.
Atiku was not the problem. I keep telling people, Atiku had the opportunity to emerge. He played the game and he emerged. Any of them, from even what is happening in the party now, will have done the same thing. If you know you have enough on ground structure to make you emerge as the candidate, can you willingly relinquish that? So they could not outplay or outsmart him, and because of that they are aggrieved. And he has left the party now. So who are the problems? Like the question.
Well, one more tweet here. Let me see this from the Phoenix. The Phoenix here is saying, if PDP likes, let them kill themselves. We in Labour Party are waiting in 2027. Well, you said something here that the ADC is a metamorphosis of the PDP, the Labour Party, the APC, SDP, as it were. Now, this person is saying here that if the PDP likes, let them kill themselves, that the Labour Party is waiting for them. Will Labour Party stand in isolation, or will they align with the ADC?
It's not as if Labour Party, just like...
Because there's a coalition.
There's a coalition.
Yes.
It's not total membership of PDP that collapsed into ADC. That's why you still have some people fighting. So the same way, Labour Party still has people, you know, holding forth in Labour Party. But you have factions from all these parties that have gone into ADC as a coalition. So you still have SDP existing, you still have Labour Party, you still have PDP. And we still have the original ADC people too. So all these people now came together to form the new ADC. So that's what is happening. And as of today, I don't know tomorrow, Peter Obi is pitching his tent with the ADC, with the coalition. And they have made the leadership of the Labour Party at the national level, they have made the party unconducive for him. So he is more comfortable for now with ADC, although he has not formally decamped or declared for ADC.
Okay. Do we have big names in Oyo State that have moved to the ADC?
Well, we have youth and promising aspirants that are joining. If you are talking about big name, am I a small name?
Oh, you're not. But where I'm heading to is this. How true is this?
I'm only teasing. We have people.
Azim is a member of the ADC, but has not formally declared.
No, we have a lot of people that are, you know, how do I describe it? They are standing on the touchline.
Okay. One leg in, one leg out.
You understand? They are sitting on the fence, looking at how the game is going to play out in APC and PDP before they take their final decision to now.
ADC.
They want those parties to implode so that they have basis to come. But in ADC in Oyo State is not waiting for such. You know, we are moving on. We have aspirants that are fully on ground. We have governorship aspirants. We have senatorial aspirants.
Basa is with the ADC now.
Basa is with the ADC.
Is Monsura Sumanu still in the ADC?
No. He has formally decamped into PDP.
Oh, and if she comes back, would you accept her?
The party door is always open.
It's always open.
You know, it depends on the constituency, if they are able to, you know.
So lastly, Ojasope, before we just call it a wrap, if you were in the PDP, and Wike calls you today to say, okay, Ojasope, come, let's reconcile, will you sit with him?
With a lot of brown envelopes.
And maybe some brandy?
Well, it has a lot of moral baggage to it. I will have to make wide consultations
before you even sit with him.
Yes, because I do not really see myself as APC person. So I will be shadow playing APC to join Wike.
Okay.
But if I sit down and we look at all the options available and what role they expect me to play, because it's the role they expect me to play that will now determine. If I look at the bigger picture, maybe. But for now, I can't see it yet.
All right, Adeni Rotimi Johnson Ojasope, thank you so much for coming this morning.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, that's the agenda for today. We'll leave you with the words of Ojasope. Well, I'm just trying to summarize it. It says, the storm will pass. Let's see if we survive this whole thing, the politicking in Nigeria, and see if we can focus on governance. Well, let's keep this conversation going. Follow us on all our social media platforms. You can also check us up on our website at www.dominion.org.ng. My name is Chike Ubogu. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay positive.